There is an intensity today that matters. It matters because it is reshaping who you currently are as you allow yourself a new vantage point to yourself. You see with your physical eyes the end result of the grand
Push,
push-pull.
pull. You have always been
Good,
good, because
good,
good is all there is.
good
Good
is
is all
all
there
there
is.
is.
Yet in order for good
Good,
to know itself, it must at some point experience something that is it now. In other words, what you see, the physical manifestations that you call life
life
and
and living,
living, are
all
all
good.
good and are a direct result of the deep desire to experience something that it is not.
And now that there is no longer simply one of
One
us, now we must work together, play together, create together simply because there are so many
ones
ones
of
of
us.
us. Now these individual parts can come together to play, to interact, and to create something out of nothing, which is
Life.
life.
Your life is a creative, ongoing endeavor that changes as you do, as quickly as you change your mind. That is how fast things actually shift for you and become something altogether new.
Now, understanding all this only lets you know why things are the way they are. But in order to fully thrive, you must also know and understand the
How?
how of why things work, so that you may maneuver the how and move the environment to suit your particular preferences. For it is not the sameness that interests us. It is your unique
Unique qualities.
qualities and what you individually bring to the collective table.
Nothing has gone wrong with any of the things you have done or continue to do. Nothing is wrong with anyone who has participated and then decided to move on. There is nothing wrong with anyone, and that is an important part to always remember.
Remember. So the desire to fix
Fix
something that isn't
isn't
broken
broken.
leaves you with a feeling that things aren't what you think they are. Yet, because there is nothing going wrong, that makes the whole thing perfection, even the parts you deeply disapprove of. Those things are actually the parts you
Have
have to release very soon, if hot was hot, like you do. In other words, why keep holding on to something that is burning you? Something that is taking away your ability to thrive in a world that is designed for your thriving. Look to the lush abundance of the season you're in and stop focusing on the fact that another season is only a short time away and love
love.
you. Love the world you're in as you're in it. You know all these things. You speak them to others like it is your lifeblood, for in fact it is, as
This
this is
is
who
who
you
you
are.
are. So anything outside of that simply does not feel good, and so isn't. However, remembering that there is only good, can you then release this judgment around everything and let yourself just enjoy
Enjoy.
the very life you have carved out thus far? And of course, there is no question mark there, because we know you can, and will, and do, and will continue to, until the final paradigm is brightened into a new perspective.
This is a feeling experience. And as such, what you feel is everything. And what you feel in the private moments of your private life, which means in those times when you believe it's just you, and no one else is watching, when you feel like this is when you let your real emotions show. This is when the thoughts start racing and the doubts float up. This is when you become rendered incompetent by your own surfacing negativity. And this is when you feel the least like yourself. But that is exactly the state you sometimes need in order for you to better understand yourself and to see what you are still doing in the spaces in between everything else.
No need to break what was, Simply lose interest in it and move yourself effortlessly into whatever excited you most next.
Without this time, you stood the biggest chance of forgetting yourself in this how universe. So treasure these quiet moments and see the value of having a peek under the covers to see what else you may still have lingering there.
Because there will come a time, and we always say that it could be today, as fast as right now. You have the ability, you know. There will come a day when you will settle into the ebb and flow of this grand energy, and you will enjoy
Enjoy.
fully the quiet moments as much as you do the fast ones, and you will see that there is nothing going on ever that is not for
For
you. And so even the spaces and gaps in between, as you see them, are absolutely perfectly placed to suit your varying and ever-changing needs.
you have the ability to keep going forever, if that is what you desire, and in a way that pleases you most. So choose something nice and stop imagining the worst case scenario, as that only pulls that to you. Let's keep it real here. You know that this is the way it works, and that is exactly why you are writing, reading, listening to these words, so that you will never forget this. You will
Remember
remember who you are and how
how
this all works, because you already
do.
do.
There is only good here. Let go that.
Let go of this idea that because there is only good, that you can only experience good. That makes no sense in a world that is designed to experience it all.
All. So with that in mind, and in heart knowing that at the very core we all know this, and we came here for the flavor of
Flavor.
life, understand that nothing is bad in the things that are yuck, in your words, because the good that they are always knows what it wants. It knows best for them. And so, knowing that it knows it's good and eternal and perfection, then whatever they are experiencing is appropriate with whatever choosing they have decided upon, as are you.
Now, if you decided, and you have, that there are some things you prefer,
Prefer
that is a whole other thing. For in your preferring, you create and choose the experience and the world that you live in. It is through your likes and non likes that you say, I'd
I'd
like
like
more
more
of
of
this
this and
and
less
less of
of that.
that. It is your joy of making that choice. And all
All
choices
choices are
are
valid,
valid and fully
fully
expressed
expressed
into
into
physical
physical being.
being.
Again, we know you know this, but again, we know that it is also important that you hear, write, read these words again and again and again, audibly, until you fully incorporate that there is
Nothing
nothing wrong
wrong
with
with
any
any
of
of
it,
it.
and that you can choose and shape all
All
of
of
it.
it. You choose
Choose and
and share
share
all
all
that
that
you
you are
are with
with
all
all
that
that
is,
is,
we
we
are.
are
It's all real.
everything.
It's all real.